is Christmas, 2nd of November 2020. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A Christmassy good morning to each and every one of you. In my mind, we are officially into the season, and I shouldn't feel bad anymore for playing the Christmas music because we starting the thing. All right. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Peachy, Martinique. Hope everybody had a good, wet weekend, and that's much of what we can expect for the rest of the week. But hopefully everybody is doing good. Whether it's rain or sun, we are in the land of the living. We need to be grateful for that and thankful. So let's give thanks that we're able to experience the showers of blessings. Good morning to the folks joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Yep, YouTube is back up and running. Those of you joining us on the website, www.gbn.gd. Those of you watching on GBN TV, channel 7, 11, and 20. And the folks listening to Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are. And those of you joining us internationally as well. Happy to have you joining us on Good Morning Grenada. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. All right, let's start this morning's program as usual with this morning's word of the day. And this morning's word of the day is exult. Exult. E-X-U-L-T. Exult. It's a verb which means to be extremely joyful or to leap for joy. That's how I feel most mornings, not all, most mornings, let's be honest. Exalt leaped into English in the 16th century as a verb meaning to leap for joy. George Chapman used it that way in a translation of Homer's Iliad to drive his chariot through the waves from whirl pits every way the whales exulted under him. Another etymological cousin of exult is sally, which means to leap out or to set out, as in after the storm passed, the hikers sailed forth. That's this morning's word of the day. Exult, E-X-U-L-T, a verb which means to be extremely joyful or to leap for joy. Examples of the use of the word. Schumacher and our companion didn't say much about the fishing either, but they exulted over spending such a splendid day on such a beautiful river. Another example of the use of the word, maybe it's just a treat to see them and watch how Springsteen exults in this band of brothers and sisters. That's this morning's word of the day, exult, E-X-U-L-T, a verb which means to be extremely joyful or to leap for joy. All right, let's see what this morning's thought of the day is. On a rainy Monday, the thought for today, rain is just confetti from the sky. Rain is just confetti from the sky. Not many people love rainy days, rainy mornings, especially when you have to get out of bed like me. But don't think of it in the negative light. Just think of it as confetti from the sky. We usually use confetti to celebrate those colorful, sometimes paper that we used and throw in the air. Today it's rainy confetti. Showers of blessings. Rain is just confetti from the sky. All right, let's see what's celebrated today, November 2nd, 2020. Today it is... Actually, before I get into the second, let me tell you about the first. Yesterday, the U.S. went back an hour, as we say. Daylight savings time took effect yesterday, so they are now 1 hour behind us. So currently it is 18 minutes onto 7 in Grenada and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. In the U.S., it is now 18 minutes to 6. Okay, so they're now 1 hour behind us. So those TV shows that you usually catch at 8, now you will catch them at 9. If you usually call your children at 9 a.m. to wake them up, now you have to call them 10 a.m. our time to wake them up at 9 a.m. their time. So keep that in mind. The U.S. is back 1 hour. As we say, daylight savings time took effect yesterday. Getting into the 2nd of November. Today it is Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead, or as we say yesterday and today, All Saints and All Souls, where we go to our cemeteries and pay respects to our loved ones, say hi, give them a little love up, a little attention at the graveside, clean up their environment, light candles, reflect a little bit, and that's what yesterday and today is all about. All Saints and All Souls. Day of the Dead is a traditional Mexican holiday celebrated on November 2nd. And on this day, it is believed that the souls of the dead return to visit their living family members. In Greens, we take in front. We don't wait for the dead to come to us. We go to them. We take it in front. That's what we do in Greens. And today it is also Job Action Day. Job Action Day is a day to recognize and empower those who dream of having a job they love. And we don't just mean any job, we mean the kind of job where, as the old saying goes, you never work a day in your life. So those of you who still have aspirations of the job that you would love, that you feel like you'll never work a day in your life, those of you who are already into that portion of your life, don't feel like a day of work, today it is Job Action Day. Those of you who are yet to get there, go a little step further. Whatever you need to do to get to that achievement of yours, take another step toward that goal. All right, let's see. Just as a heads up, if you are still confused about the matter, what we've experienced over the weekend into this morning as it relates to the weather, that's much of what we can expect for the rest of the week. It's going to be raining today, raining tomorrow, please the Lord. The earliest that you can expect any, let's say, major dose of sunshine would be Wednesday, Thursday-ish. So batten down, prepare yourself. If your umbrella is broken, get a new one in town today. Make sure the kids have their raincoats, water boots if they need one, and just ensure that you're ready for the rain. The rain is saying, I didn't give you all much for the rainy season, but you see as November starts, it's peace. So be prepared. Sunshine maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Yesterday, I believe, I'm not sure if they had it yesterday. There was a match scheduled in the cricket. I would have to double check to see if the final between St. Mark and St. David actually took place. I believe it did, but I would look out for the exact results of that game. And the Wagiti Super Knockout tournament started over the weekend as well. One of the scores that I saw, FC Camahan put a beating on Sunjets. I believe it was 13-0 if my memory serves me correctly. That's almost like abuse. But so congratulations to the winning teams. Congratulations to whoever won the cricket over the weekend. Rain can't stop nothing. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news and a repeat of, or should I say, yes, week in review for those of you on our visual platforms. And remember, coming up in just about an hour is this morning's traffic cam with Junior Checkley and Just School photos. Stick and stay. Good morning, Grenada. GBN Classic Hot 98.
The man who was charged for causing the death of Rootsman Kelly's son has walked free from prison. Thursday McSween spent 2 years on remand at the Richmond Hill prison, but was cleared after the completion of the hearing on Tuesday. Cherry and Blackman Stephen fills us in on how the trial proceeded.
High Court Judge Paula Guilford handed down a not guilty verdict in the case of 34-year-old Thursday McSween and 24-year-old victim Khalid Griffith, who was killed in 2018 in Grenada and St. George. Evidence presented by the prosecution and the defense teams led the jury to a conclusion that Griffith acted in self-defense. Crown Counsel in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Brandon Latouche, explained to GBN that the altercation between the two men dates back to days before the incident. They had a dispute over a phone and a speaker box. After days of squabbling between the two, McSween stabbed Griffith in the neck with a pocket knife. An autopsy concluded that he died from hypovolemic shock. McSween was charged with non-capital murder. He is originally from Birch Grove in St. Andrew, but was residing at Marion in St. George at the time. Crown Counsel Latouche told GBN that based on the evidence presented to the court, there was strong provocation and self-defense justification. The trial started on October 13th and ended on Tuesday. After serving 2 years on remand at Her Majesty's Prison, McSween is now a free citizen. Griffith was the son of former Calypso monarch Kelly Klein, commonly known as Rootsman Kelly. When contacted today, the distraught father told GBN that he is not yet ready to speak publicly on the matter. Cherian Blackburn Stephen, GBN News.
Now, the word was out earlier this week that the chief in charge of the airport authority was on her way out of the post. Some said that state officials were annoyed that her actions or inaction resulted in the Maurice Bishop International Airport losing its Category 9 certification. Janelle McDonald reports on the circumstances surrounding the departure of airport manager Mrs. Francette Williams.
Tourism Minister Dr. Clarice Modeste-Kerwin has confirmed the resignation of General Manager of the Grenada Airport Authority, Wendy Francette Williams. On Wednesday's To The Point program, Dr. Modeste-Kerwin said the resignation takes effect at the end of this month.
I cannot pretend that what happened didn't impact us very seriously. It is serious, very serious. And especially it couldn't have happened at a worse time when the planes are ready to come and we've been waiting quite a long time. However, I would suffice it to say at this time, we have an obligation to investigate the issue, and we're doing that. And we also have an obligation to make changes if the investigation shows that changes are required to improve. I think it's our duty.
On October 13th, the MBIA was downgraded from accepting long-haul aircrafts due to a lack of firefighting aggregates on site. Last Thursday, the Airport Authority informed the public that the airport is back to Aircraft Rescue and Fire Services Category 9 following the arrival of support aggregates. The departure of Francette Williams left speculations that the recent downgrade of Grenada's airport was the reason for this major change in guard. While shying away from pointing accusing fingers, the tourism minister admitted that government is very concerned about what happened.
However, the GM did have some vacation that were owing to her. Her contract has expired, and therefore the GM decided to take some vacation pending. She has decided to resign and take some vacation pending that time of resignation. The resignation takes effect from the end of the month, but we are having discussion as to how we operate it, because we must put structures in place now for succession. And so what we've done is we have a lady who is no stranger to MBIA. She has worked here before, Mrs. Joan Gilbert. She is going to be acting in the interim while we sort things out.
Adding to the MBIA woes, one day after the downgrade of the airport, management also had to address strike action taken by ASG staff over a salary dispute. This was seen as yet another setback for a struggling tourism industry. Janelle McDonald for GBN News.
As Mrs. Joan Gilbert takes up her new role as acting manager at the Airport Authority, she's being saddled with the responsibility of executing a major project. The government held a sod-turning ceremony for the runway and airport roadway development project. Christina John had this report.
Wednesday saw the official sod-turning ceremony for the multi-million-dollar upgrade project at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. The work, which would include resurfacing of the runway, parallel taxiway, loading bridges, a bypass road, passenger terminals, a second apron for cargo, and an emergency center, is expected to cost in excess of $67 million. The government of Grenada will be working in collaboration with the People's Republic of China on this project. Newly installed Minister for Infrastructure, Nolan Cox, explained the objectives behind the project as one where they seek to improve the takeoff and landing conditions for aircrafts, to lower airport operation costs for both passengers and moving cargo, and to increase passenger comfort and confidence. Minister Cox spoke on what will be done.
We'll be resurfacing the existing runway and pavement of runway shoulders, construction of an aircraft turning bay, apron and taxiway expansion, upgrading of the airfield and lighting system, construction of two-way apron service lane, Projects for the terminal area included installation of 2 passenger bridges, pier works, remodeling the air side of the arrival area to accommodate 2 passenger boarding bridges, installation of elevators, escalators, and stairway.
Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Grenada, Zhao Yongshen, sees this upgrade and expansion as a boost in economic development for the country. The actual construction, he says, will create more job opportunity and a greater connectivity within regions. He says he looks forward to an early conclusion to the project.
Consistent along, this project is a fruit borne by all friendship relations. It is also signals the smooth recovering of Grenada economic. There is a Chinese saying, building the road is the first step towards living economic. China's experience of more than 40 years of reform and opening up has proven that a sole infrastructure system is the foundation for rapid economic growth.
Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation Clarice Modest-Kerwin says this project is essential at this time. The existing runway at the airport has been used for more than 20 years. Minister Kerwin says careful consultation has taken place on what needs to be done and the expertise of people to undertake the project before arriving at this juncture.
Why is it necessary? We need to resurface the runway for safety issues because the last time I was told that it was resurfaced was about 15 years ago. And of course, deterioration makes it unsafe for the planes to take off and to land. So it is a very necessary project. Our air traffic management system, again, about 30 years old, becoming obsolete. Staff have said to me that they have difficulty finding parts because after all these years, new companies, new innovations, what was relevant 30 years ago no longer is. And therefore, we have to upgrade.
The sword turning took place on the 36th anniversary of the opening of Grenada's lone international airport. Christina John, GBN News.
Welcome back. Reports surfaced that a group of fishermen fell upon human remains in the True Blue area. Some quickly jumped to a possibility that it could have been a case of intriguing coincidence, that what appeared to be human skeletal remains could be those of revolutionaries from whom the country has been searching for the last 37 years. However, as the story emerged, the theory was quickly debunked as historians revisited the country's past. It was theorized that the remains could date back to slave plantations. GBN's Sherian Blackman-Stevens spoke with curator at the National Museum, Dr. Jonathan Hanna. Let's see what she found out.
The impact of climate change continues to affect all aspects of life, and this time, the dead. High tide leading to coastal erosion exposed a number of skeletons in the True Blue area. It was fishermen that made the discovery on the weekend. GBN spoke with archaeologist Dr. Jonathan Hanna, the new curator at the Grenada National Museum, who said there's no need to panic, as the old Amerindian site is one well documented. He spoke to GBN via telephone on Tuesday.
We knew the site was slowly eroding, but it looks like the high tide was pretty rough and really took out a big piece of that site, like that palm tree fell and stuff. That I mean, everything was sort of being undercut for a while, but now it looks like a lot got pulled out. So we had known about it. There are some Amerindian ceramics that we found there. They were mixed with historic stuff like colonial era. At first I thought it was like a historic, like contact era Amerindian site.
Dr. Hanna said the period lines up to an African burial site that dates back to the late 18th century to early 19th century.
So early 1800s, these were people that were on the True Blue estate, and we know the True Blue estate had about 120 enslaved at any given time. And this is a marginal area of that estate. It's not near like where the Great House was or anything, so it's probably not a family plot. And it's not in great, agricultural area or anything like that. It was probably, it wasn't probably directly on the coast like it is now. That's just been eaten away over time. It was probably just kind of close to the beach. That was probably extended further out. But it looks like it's just the location and the artifacts match what we would expect to be like enslaved African burials.
Dr. Hanna said there's another similar site at Dragon Bay in St. George, which is also being eroded. Joseph Cador, GBN News.
While archaeological minds were at work theorizing over the possibilities of belonging over the discovery at True Blue, others were clamoring for proper health care for those who are still with us. The residents of Monkridge St. Patrick expressed concern over the closure of the Monkridge Medical Station.
In September 2017, the Ministry of Health issued a notice advising residents of Montridge and surrounding areas that due to a comprehensive environmental evaluation of the Montridge Medical Station, that all medical and nursing services will be transferred to the Surtees Health Center and the Hermitage Medical Station until further notice. To date, the facility at Montridge remains closed, a frustrating situation for residents who expressed their dissatisfaction to GBN News over the weekend. Community resident Susan Francis said the continued closure of the health center is negatively impacting residents, especially the elderly.
And when you think about it, it's very costly. And as a result of that, we have a lot of people who would not go to get their checks because they can't afford to pay a $5 to go. And then I know of people who have to leave here because of the amount of people that have to go when we have chronic diseases there. And people have to leave here all 5 in the morning, hire something to take them to Hermitage, right? Because they cannot go just there, and this is very costly, right? For instance, people that have to go to get their ulcers dressed, right, have to travel on bus, and some of the buses don't want to take them, whereby they could just walk easily going there. Some of the buses don't want to take them because they sort of shun them, scorn them, and all of that. So if we have the medical station up and about, that would be a great ease for us here, the residents of Monkridge, Montrule, and even Snell Hall.
Francis said in the lead up to the 2018 general election, both major political parties campaigned on rectifying the problems at the facility. However, to date, nothing was done. Clary Phillip of Montridge St. Patrick has also lent his voice to the call for the facility to reopen its doors.
First of all, I don't see no way that center should be closed down. It should be working because think about the elder people. Or they go make it, they could go in Hermitage, how much time they could go in Hermitage, how much time they have a transport to go in Hermitage. So we need to see something going on with the center, with the medical center input on right now.
Brenda Roderick, a resident of Montrule St. Patrick, said it is not fair to community residents.
We want the medical station to go back because we have to go to Hermitage, and Hermitage, when we go in Hermitage, sometimes they send us back. They're saying doctor gone, this gone, sometimes we have to go in Surtees. When we go in Surtees, the same thing, and nothing being done to us up here.
GBN reached out to several government officials for an update on the medical center. However, a response was not forthcoming. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
The government has an explanation for the closure of the Monkridge Medical Station. In September 2017, the Ministry of Health issued a notice advising residents of Monkridge and surrounding areas that due to a comprehensive environmental evaluation of the station, all medical services were being transferred to the Surtees Health Center and Hermitage Medical Station until further notice. It's been 3 years hence, and the residents say they are concerned that no action has been taken to restore services. GBN had reached out to the government for an explanation. Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Philomena Robertson, told GBN that the Monkridge Medical Station was shut because it was being underutilized. She further explained that it appeared that most of the people within the area were accessing healthcare services at the Surtees Health Center and at Hermitage. And as a result, it was decided that there was no need to keep the Monkridge facility operational. The name Sobeys is well known in Grenada, but especially in the town of St. George. After many years of providing entertainment and sometimes engaging in some hair-raising stunts, he's on the down and out. GBN's Christina John speaks with Sobeys, who is battling kidney failure and liver damage with no family support.
Sobeys, given name Selwyn Batiste, can be described as an extraordinary human. Some even call him the man with 9 lives. Sobeys is a well-known figure in and around the capital, St. George. For years, this talent has performed many stunts, some of which thrilled visitors, while almost giving others a heart attack. Not only that, he also stowed away once on a cruise ship. Sobeys is no longer physically strong. His health has begun to fail. He explained how both his family and the health system has neglected him.
I mean, right about now, my heart is problem, my lungs and kidney. The doctor stopped me from smoking. My doctor sent me inside. One of the nurses and them telling the doctor, don't bother with he. Let you go outside. And the doctor sending me outside in society with air in my belly. My Muslim brother send me home with my mother. When I go home with my mother now, my mother don't want me to light the stove. My sister don't want me to light the stove. My brother don't want to light the stove. Tell me to burn the house. So I can't make no tea at all. I get sick with that. I'm not I'm a clothes and take home, but I'm not going there. Them are going to the problem with my brother and sister and them. Them only make melee.
His journey through life, according to him, has been quite an amazing one, part of which he shared with us.
I'm climbing, going up. The rain started to fall. And then now my hands started to slip. Well, I tell myself I'm dead. When I fall along. Fall, see when I fall, or I tell myself I die when I fall. Then after I see my body, pitch on the wire. From the wire, I fall on the bus. I fall the same day. I leave and go on back up the bank again. A man tomato and I kill him mother because you just see that man fall and I look back up and see the man on top again.
Sobeys built his own boats using styrofoam. Jokingly, he tells of an encounter he had on one of his boats one night.
Oh, yeah, that night now. That night now I decided to cook something on a rubber dinghy. That one I had for a rubber dinghy. So I do so I put a coal pot, I put a piece of galvanized, and then I light up the fire now. I light up the fire now, but I end up dropping asleep. When I drop asleep now, when I wake up, I see the boat burning. I see the boat burning and the boat sinking. I'm trying to reach over, try to save everything. But when I reach over the boat, all the things what I have in the boat, when I reach over in the morning, I can't see nothing at all in the water. I find that one with red string all up to now, I still can't get a pot.
Survival for him comes from the generosity of his Muslim brothers and a few good folks to whom he is thankful. He believes if he was given the opportunity to explore his God-given talents, his position in life would have been much better. Sobeys is now homeless. This is one of the places he finds rest at nights. It is not easy, he says, since people steal the little that he has, as there is no place to store it.
On the street. On the street I live in, I teach and them say that they will build a house, only saying that they only saying they will build a house, Up to now, I only ain't talk. And when the night come to sleep, you think it's easy, I sick there with a cold breeze and problem to go home. I tell you, if I go home and I eating something is nice, but get a groceries again and we'll keep it. Not take people, just come and take it. That's what I do right you. When I get a grocery, me I know we stay.
Christina John, GBN News.
While Sobeys fights the good fight of faith, a St. Patrick mother is saying thanks to those who rushed to her aid after her story was aired on the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
I'd like to say thanks to everybody who helped me get my test and thing done. Give me a little money and help me and my mother get me a little test and thing done. And I'm feeling much better now. I'd like to go back to school maybe next week. I did not want to start school.
That was 13-year-old Joshua McIntosh of Montreach St. Patrick expressing his appreciation to Grenadians at home and in the diaspora who heard his mother's plea for help and did not hesitate to render assistance. It was in September that his mother, Camille McIntosh, an unemployed mother of 4, spoke to GBN about her son's medical challenges, which she said started with blockouts in December of 2019. Due to her financial constraint, she said she was unable to meet the financial needs of his medical requirement. Joshua's mother told GBN her son is now a happy teenager.
He's doing much better now. The last result was okay. That was the blood test results. Everything was okay with it. The doctor said that he could go back to school now. And, well, he's getting better and he's getting a lot of trouble. So you could see he's up there, 100% up there. He's good.
His medical condition affected his education and it was difficult for him to read his books, and he complained of severe headaches. With the financial assistance from Grenadians, a much-needed brain scan was done and other tests undertaken. Now a relieved mother said she can't stop saying thanks.
So we also like to say thanks to everybody who supported us, especially for the glasses. The glasses is very expensive. And I would like to say thanks so very much. And I'll make sure you take care of those glasses because that money ain't easy to come nowadays. I feel very, very much relieved. And I also want to say thanks to the Almighty God. Without him, nothing is... nothing could have happened. Thanks to him and to all the kind-hearted people out there. Thank you so very much. Especially to St. David's Catholic, Grenada Christian Academy, Pastor King. I can't remember everybody, but to those who I don't remember, thank you so very much in prayers, in sending your greetings, in everything. Thank you.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
From Monday, November 2nd to Thursday, December 31st, GBN's Christmas Caravan will be blazing the trail of goodness across Grenada. Join us as we journey daily to find the hottest deals this Christmas season. Win prizes from our partners. Get recipes for your favorite Christmas treats and bust a tune in the Christmas Karaoke Fun segment. It's GBN's Christmas Caravan. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Live on Classic Radio 105.5 and 105.9. GBN Television Channels 7 and 11. GBN's Facebook page and GBN's YouTube channel. Your mid-mornings will never be the same.
The Christmas Caravan is brought to you in part by Hubbard's and the Food Fair Supermarkets, Kittens Healthcare, Sisson's Paint, and Bryden and Miners and Ace Hardware.
Introducing the new Digicel Prime Bundle. It's simply more bundled together. 54 gigs for 7 days for only $25. More data, more fun. Activate today on the My Digicel app.
The Franklins are returning from their dream vacation, but they soon discover that their world has changed.
They want to test Papa for COVID-19. Why they don't test all them damn people that are flying on the plane with the woman they call in Patient Zero?
Heritage Theatre presents Patient Zero, a full-length play written by Chris DeRiggs, directed by Neela Etienne. Patient Zero, a story about a family and a nation under the grips of COVID-19.
Madness! Pure madness!
He got the whole world in his hands. We got the whole world in his hands.
I mean, your father has just been carried away on a stretcher and only
can say is you're locked up and you're frustrated? What do you want me to say? I'm locked up and frustrated.
Patient zero at the Grenada Trade Center.
They ain't even allowing 2 Dashing to come from St. Vincent. All they're talking about is curfew, curfew, curfew.
Social distancing and other safety protocols will be in place.
5 things you need to know about self-isolation. Stay home. If you are told to self-isolate, it means staying at home, not going to work, school, or other public places, and you should not have any visitors. Separate yourself. If you live with others, then you need to stay in a well-ventilated bedroom with the doors shut. If you have to share a bathroom, then use it after everyone else. Don't share towels and toiletries, as this may put others at risk. Call ahead. If you develop symptoms such as a fever or cough, then seek advice first by calling the Ministry of Health's hotline at 538-4787 or 458-4787. Please do not show up at a medical center or hospital, as this may put others at risk. Take care with waste. If you test positive, your waste should be double bagged and disposed of separately. Create a buddy system. If you live on your own, you can plan with friends and family to check in with each other and run essential errands if one becomes sick. Once sick, they should leave groceries on the doorstep. Why it's important. COVID-19 causes a mild illness for 4 out of 5 persons. Self-isolating will help protect the older generation and those who may have underlying health problems from getting infected.
From Monday, November 2nd to Thursday, December 31st, GBN's Christmas Caravan will be blazing the trail of goodness across Grenada.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. 19 and a half minutes after 7 o'clock. It's time to get into this morning's Mouth Off Monday. Respectfully mouthing off on a Monday. And this morning, the topic of conversation is dealing with grief. Let's put it that way. Spur of the moment. Dealing with grief. How to deal with grief. The best way to deal. Hit me up on the landline 435-2041 and tell me what is one of the best ways to deal with grief, how you have dealt with grief in the past, and maybe any advice that you may be able to share to our listeners and viewers. Landline 435-2041. WhatsApp also 435-2041. Please only written messages on WhatsApp. You can also participate on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, as well as the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Dealing with grief, and for those of you who probably haven't put it together as yet, this was spurred, the topic for Mouth Off Monday was spurred following last Friday's fatal incident in St. George's. And disclaimer, in addition to being respectful, we are going to be sensitive with our comments, and we are going to keep in mind that there are families, plural, who are dealing with last Friday's incident. So let's please try to keep it as empathetic, sympathetic, sensitive, respectable as we can, or else I shut down the whole operation. First caller, good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. It's getting closer to God. That's how you deal with grief.
Agreed.
Speaking to Him and listening to Him.
Agreed.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too. Thank you so much. Miss, you sound very cheerful. Thank you very much. That's why I grinning in there. You sound very cheerful. You don't sound like how people usually sound when rain falling. Big up your whole self. Let's go. Dealing with grief. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
How you do, Tanti?
Hanging in there, and how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there as well.
How was your weekend?
It was nice and quiet.
It was a sad weekend.
Yes, it was.
Because I am so grieving for the police lady who got wounded with a knife. Now, this man had intention to kill. Because if he could give us so many psalms, this is what he wants to do, take a life. People don't keep people in their mind. Something happened to your son is alive now, you're gone. He's still grieving now for you instead of you grieving for him. You must not take revenge. This is not right in the sight of God. We have to pray to deal with grief. We have to take it to the Lord in prayer and ask him to help save us, the innocent, from the evil one. There are too much evil in the world today. Too much crime, too much hate and no love. We have to learn to love and respect one another. You have to respect the law. You have your knife, I have my gun, I'm going to use it. But just use it in the right way. I always say the officers have to shoot us, wound anyone. Try to. They don't know what they find the gun. They don't know where the fatal wound going to go. He could have torn in the legs or the hand or the face or somewhere. He's gone. He must not take revenge on others, especially the law.
Okay.
God bless you. Have a blessed day, sweetheart.
Thank you very much, Tanti. You enjoy a day as well. Dealing with grief. How do you deal with grief? And advice that you probably can give to our listeners and viewers. Somebody, I like this one. Somebody on WhatsApp says, G for grief and G for God. They go hand in hand. I like that. G for grief and G for God. I like that WhatsApper. How do you deal with grief? Advice you can probably give to our viewers and listeners. Let me quickly check the social media before I return to the WhatsApp. Somebody on YouTube says, I lock myself in the house and think about my loved ones that I lost. Good morning, caller.
A pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
No, I must confess that I was very shocked to hear the gentleman who is now to be laid to rest has involved himself in a thing like this. I agree, okay, two wrongs don't make a right. The report, when the man's son got shot, the police was wrong. Let us not play around with that or hide it, push it under the carpet. Yes, you're in grief, and I think the best thing to have done was to go to God in prayers. I also would agree that we are all not of the same caliber. There are those of us who face trials, tribulations, and we get on our knees. There are those again who feel that they can react violently. But with all of this, let us sit and think carefully at the consequences when we involve violence in whatever situation that it is. I must say that the man is already dead, but the thing about it is that the family left behind, the son and the rest of the family, that is more grief to bring on them. And as a result of that, let us all pray for them and hope that they can get out of this thing. Because today or this month they get up and know, well, my father died because of ignorance, stupidity, and all the rest of it. It will just add more to the grief that I've already encountering.
Okay.
So I think this is the stage at which it's reached. And I want to say this. This is not a situation where we just run and criticize, oh, that fool, and blah. We have to think sometimes of, how the stage or state of mind to which people can find themselves at times.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dealing with grief. How have you dealt with grief in the past? Advice you can give to our viewers and listeners as we, all of us have our own things to grieve, and we grieve in different ways, but just your thoughts can help someone on this rainy Monday. Good morning, caller.
I don't think people are getting the topic right. You might have to repeat the topic. You're going into too much details.
I agree. Thank you very much, caller. Dealing with grief. I don't know how much times I have to say it. Dealing with grief and how you have dealt with grief in the past. How any advice you may be able to give to our viewers and listeners on how best we can deal as we, in the wake of losing someone or
a situation that has thrown us into grief, possibly depression. How can you deal with it? Somebody on WhatsApp says God is always the answer in good, in bad, in happiness, in sadness. Turn to God today and forever. How can you deal with grief? Let me quickly check the social media before I go back to the phones. All right, back to the phone lines. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. How you doing?
Morning, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. Pele Dabo here.
Yes, Mr. Dabo.
My mom passed on October 2nd.
My sympathies.
Thank you very much. And she was interred just a couple days on the 28th. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. She passed 10 days shy of her 92nd birthday. She lived a beautiful life. She was very passionate. She was very loving. She doted on her grandchildren. As a matter of fact, when I told my son that Granny passed, he just said, okay. And then he came back to me and he said, Dad, you know what I remember about Granny? Whenever I see my daughter turn a cartwheel, I smile, because I remember when we visited Granny in London and my sister Darcel was turning cartwheels, Granny always smiled. She has this very beautiful smile. I remembered her by her smile. And that, to a great extent, alleviated my sorrow. Because, we all know that we have to die. We must die. There are two things we must do in life. We live until we die, and then we die. And my mom and I had a beautiful relationship. And we always spoke, in our later years, we always spoke about her death. She knew it was inevitable, like we all do. I know I have to die sometime. And I took solace in that fact that she accepted that she had to die. And I accepted that. And with my son Damien telling me about the lovely smile that she gave whenever his sister turned a cartwheel, it brought to me, I said, wait now, why should I sit down? People sending and telling me, accept my sympathy, condolences, I appreciate that. But then people telling me to cry, bawl, because some guy told my mother died sometime last year, and I cry, I bawl and stuff like that. I'm not saying we shouldn't be sorrowful. So I think the way I accepted my grief is in thinking about the beautiful things that my mom did in her lifetime, the people she helped along the way, and we thought she gave of herself without even thinking about it. She gave of herself to others more.
Okay.
All the time. And that's the way I dealt with that grief.
Okay.
I didn't cry, I didn't bawl. I celebrated her beautiful life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Understood. Celebrating the happy moments helps with the grief. Instead of dwelling on the loss, you celebrate the life and the memories that you have to deal with your grief. Good morning, caller.
Yes, it's me again. I would like to reply to the caller before. People must learn to understand we all do not see things the same way. One, we must we have to acknowledge people's opinion. They have a right to their opinion, how they see it, and the way they express them. I can't tell Mary or Jane what to say, how to say it, how long they must say it. I mean, you are a regular caller who calls in and long, and you yourself, Blossom, had to, intercept that person. Let us learn this, and this is where education comes in. Respect other people's opinion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let we don't beef, Ollie. Let we don't beef. Christmas is a time of cheer and togetherness. Let we don't beef, nah. All right, let's see. How do you deal with grief? What is the best advice you can probably give to our listeners and viewers as they deal with loss or they deal with pain and possibly depression, dealing with grief in their lives? Somebody on WhatsApp says, I believe God and family plays a major role. Let me go back to the phone lines before I go to the other WhatsApp. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Auntie Blossie.
Good morning, Ms. Jeremiah. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
It was quiet.
Oh, great.
All right.
Blossom, I endorse your last call, and let me tell you something. We have to realize as human beings that we are body, soul, and spirit. But in society or in the world, with sociology, with psychology, they deal only with the physical. They don't deal with the spiritual. But that's who the man is. The man is a spirit being living in a physical body. So you cannot just touch about the body and the emotion and the this and the that. And the spirit is famishing, is dying. So when you connect with your Creator, he says man is made in the image and the likeness of God. We are body, soul, and spirit, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. We are like God, but we are ignoring the real person who is the spirit. So when we connect with God, when we reconnect, and our spirit has reconnected with the Spirit of God, let me tell you something, no matter what comes, you could weather the storm. So people who are falling, it's because they don't invite God. They don't have nothing to do with God. So they cannot make it. But once you allow God to be part of your life, you connect with your Creator. He said, cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will be with you whithersoever you go. I mean, what else do we want? All we have to do to deal with any circumstance, no matter how grievous it might be, when God is your foundation, he said, the Lord is my light and my salvation. He's the strength of my life. So we need God. Okay. When we connect with the person who created us in his own image, a lot of what we endure and what we suffer, some people take their own life because they're hopeless. There is no God in their life.
Okay.
Get God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dealing with grief. How can we all deal with grief? Somebody on WhatsApp. Okay, the person deleted the message. Let's try the landline then. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Ms. Blossom. Are you getting a feedback from me?
No, I'm not.
All right, okay, well, let me go.
Yes.
With the grieving business right now, you got to put God in front. And I think Ms. Jeremiah talk right. You have to put good, what am I saying? Put God in front, right? God is the one that has the power, not man, right? And trying to believe in hope, it would not work. If you put God in front, we are going to hope this morning because after hope is Marquis and Subis, who is staying right in Grenada, right? So, you know, like yesterday, I don't think you have no Halloween night or Alton night, right? Because there was a lot of rain. Up to now, I leave out my house to go out the road yet because too much of rain. So I don't think nobody I'm going to the cemetery and light candles. So then let me leave it for next year. So grieving cannot really what I really want to say is that looking for what you want, you know, and you cannot get it, you know.
Okay.
Wait, I'm finished yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm finished yet. When you're looking for something and you can't get it, you know, just try to be happy. Prepare for the worst and wish for the best, right? So then, let me leave it there right now. So then you go out to finish it for me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bido.
All right, okay, cool.
Enjoy your day, Mr. Bido. Make up your whole self on the sister aisle this morning. He made a point that I didn't think about. Not many people were able to go to the cemetery last night. I know there were a few. I saw some pictures of people with candles and so on, but not many people were able to go to or live up to the tradition of going to the cemeteries last night. So probably that could be taking a toll on some. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I think the system failed the father by not sending a counselor to attend to that father, because one can get into depression in situations like that. So I'm suggesting that the system must have people trained to help with grief and depression. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. On the topic on grief, I think people listen to GBN News when the incident happened and the man talked and how hard he worked for his kids and what his kids is doing for Grenada. Okay? For years, our people been praying. For years, our people been brutalized. Okay? And all people is asking for is justice. And if you see things continuously happening and it keep on covering up, then people going to reach a state where they lost it. Vexation is a form of madness. Okay? Now, we have counseling department, you have all kind of professional people on the island. For the time they listen to GBN News and you listen that man's voice and tears around the eye, they should have reached out to him. Even the leader of the country, the ministers, the church leaders within the community supposed to reach out to him. So coming now and saying, the Bible says God is a loving God and a just God. Okay? And the same Bible also says to some of them people how they keep on quoting God. Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000. And when David was going out to war, he used to go and pray to God. And he used to tell him when to go and when to attack from when not to attack, because people was not getting justice. People need to be real. When thing is wrong, say it is wrong. And what we need in this country here is conflict resolution. If you see in America, when the police and the Black Lives Matter and the government and the president send the police and the military out and the people, what they did, they went on their knees and they asked for forgiveness. We have done wrong over the years to you. And the people reach out to them and they start to talk. Okay, it continued because white people continue to die. But that is you at least make that connection. You can't be doing people wrong and expect they will be happy with it. I'm sorry for what happened. And I really, God, and please, Mr. Commissioner, Prime Minister, and every little church leaders in this country, calling a national day of prayer and all these things would not help. People need to sit down and talk. Otherwise, it take a next level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me make the rounds on. Somebody on Facebook says, most people will say turn to God, which may be true, but there are people who need someone to talk to. That's why we should have people trained to help others who are facing or going through that depression mode. I think the system should set up where counselors should be available to help in that case. We had 2 shootings, but who went out to counsel the families? Not one person. I wouldn't say not one person. I've heard reports of officials go visiting the family after the first shooting and after the second one. In what capacity is the next question, but I know there were visits made or attempts made to visit those families. So let's not fully say no one went to counsel until we know for sure. Good morning, caller.
Hello?
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, the reason why I'm calling, I would just like to pass a message that a vision I get for Grenada. And that vision is Grenada, the whole of Grenada. We're supposed to smoke that country, this country we have here. Smoke. And when I said smoke, it's a vision I get. It's like the drums is in the air. And the type of bush that we're supposed to burn is black sage, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, and all those type of bushes that we used to burn when mosquitoes was in season. That's the vision I got.
Okay.
That we should burn for whatever drums that coming in, this is going to kill the virus. Because I got the vision already before the coroner come in, which was angels in the sky. And I was praying to the people and telling them, please accept Jesus now. Accept Jesus, because the angels were there for only 1 hour.
Okay.
Only 1 hour gone, that's it. And we are lucky in Grenada, we never had a death. And one thing I would like the government to know, please give us 1 day of praise every year in Grenada.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much. Somebody on WhatsApp says, God is the ultimate healer, but he himself said faith without work is dead. So seeking assistance from professional is very important. You know, some Christians have put God to shame. When will we tell God will just wait? When he places opportunities in front of them to help. All right, let's wind it down. Another comment in dealing with grief says, Jesus is the light of the world. That is why we don't have to light candles on graves. That's why the rain washing out all saints. That's why we follow the light, which is Jesus, and not the candle. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, dealing with grief through prayer. God said, I will comfort you in good time and bad times. Believing in him and trusting him, he'll open the way for us. The system has to play a major role, and our neighbors need to reach out to each other. We're going to leave it here for now. Thank you so much for participating in Mouth Off Monday. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to link up with Just School Photos for this morning's Traffic Cam. This is Good Morning Grenada. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
This Christmas, it's happening with Republic Bank. Deals on Wheels. Get fantastic deals on Saturday, November 7th at the Republic House Car Park on Morris Bishop Highway from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 100% financing. Same-day approvals. You can drive away with a brand new ride and a chance to win $10,000. Christmas is happening with Republic Bank. Deals on Wheels. For more information, visit us online at republicgrenada.com. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank. We're the one for you. From Monday, November 2nd to Thursday, December 31st, GBN's Christmas Caravan will be blazing the trail of goodness across Grenada. Join us as we journey
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 7:45 and it's now time to link up with Just School Photos for this morning's Traffic Cam. And we're starting at the intersection at the Laborie Junction that meets the St. Paul's Main Road. Let's go over to Junior. What's the traffic like on the outside?
Good morning to all. Happy Monday to all the listeners, the viewers of GBN. Welcome to your Monday morning traffic cam. Today we are giving you the experience of an actual driver. We are driving in traffic. coming from Labaree Junction right down into the tongue of St. George. We're going to give you the experience and see how long it takes us in traffic from Labaree Junction into St. George's. So this is your Monday morning traffic cam. Just Cool Media in collaboration with GBN, giving you a driver's experience as we drive to St. George's from Labaree Junction. You see there's a police at the intersection between Montparnasse to ease the traffic coming up through Montparnasse because of the road work on coming through Maras Hill. So there's a detour. So people, most of the traffic, instead of coming up Maras Hill, is coming through Montparnasse. So there's a police officer there directing traffic to control the flow of traffic. Now we are at Best Fresh Supermarket. We are on our way down to St. George's. This is your Monday morning traffic cam, giving you the actual experience of a driver on the road. We traveled from Labaree Junction and we go into St. George's. Let's see what the experience is like. We know it's a rainy Monday morning, so you have to be careful on the road as drivers. Look out for the puddles so you'll not wet anyone walking on the road. Also look out for other drivers as well. Now we are passing Arnold Supermarket. Not much traffic in front of me as yet. It's easy going so far. Now we reach the junction by where Carlton Home was. If any of you know, remember those times where Carlton Home was, we passing that junction. And a smooth flow of traffic coming up to St. Paul's, White Gun. Smooth flow of traffic. Now we are just about to enter White Gun, the intersection to go up Richmond Hill. Right, and now we meet the line of traffic right at the White Gun. So I'm in traffic at the moment. We are giving you the actual experience of a driver this morning, driving in traffic coming from Labaree Junction into the tongue of St. George. Let's see how long it will take us. This is your 10-minute minutes. It may take us more than 10 minutes to get into St. George's. So those of you who have to drop off on the radio, you will have yourself a wonderful day. And those of you on Facebook, remain, because we'll take you right through the tongue of St. George's to see what the experience is like driving in traffic, how long it will take us. So this is your Monday morning traffic cam, Just Cool Media in collaboration with GBN, giving you the actual experience of a driver getting into St. George's from Labaree Junction.
Come down from New York, come to join in the old talk. Now they hit the traffic jam, man, they mess up the program.
And that was Just Cool Photos with this morning's traffic cam, giving you the experience of an actual driver. Started at the Labaree Junction, making his way to St. George's. Currently, the traffic is backed up on, that is White Gun Parade area. That's in front the police band house and the Mount Helicon area. The traffic is backed up in that area. So those of you who usually use the St. Paul's main road to get to and from your various destinations, keep in mind the traffic heading to St. George's, it's backed up a little bit on Parade, and those heading toward St. Paul seem to be flowing smoothly from the footage that I can still see on Facebook. If you'd like to continue the trip, you can join the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page. The traffic cam continues, and as I look at it now, the traffic is flowing, heading toward the roundabout at the top of Lothers Lane, so at least it's freeing up a little bit. So those of you who need to be made aware, you can maybe join the traffic a little bit. It's moving rather smoothly, and the traffic heading towards St. Paul's is flowing freely actually. The traffic coming up Upper Lucas Street, there seems to be a line of traffic coming up Lucas Street, but it is flowing. So while the line may be a little bit long, it is still flowing coming up Lucas Street. Traffic appears to be flowing as well coming up Lothers Lane. So if you're joining the traffic line there, so far traffic is flowing smoothly on this rainy Monday morning. And it is smooth as well coming down Lucas Street, making sure that I keep my viewers and my listeners up to date with what I can see. So coming down Upper Lucas Street area, it is flowing smoothly. It is also flowing smoothly heading up toward the roundabout at the top of Lothers Lane. And there we meet the traffic again. That is in the vicinity of the Red Cross building. The traffic is stopped at the vicinity of the Red Cross building. All right, so let's get into it. It's time to now end this morning's televised portion of the program. Remember, this morning, November 2nd, we're starting the Christmas Caravan in mid-morning. It starts at 10 a.m. and it will be hosted by Janelle McDonald as well as JC Joseph Cador. They'll both be facilitating this morning's or the start of today's Christmas Caravan. It will be broadcast on Classic and GBN. There's a whole lot of fun in store, giveaways, karaoke, just building the Christmas vibe as we get fully into the season. And coming up at 9 a.m. this morning's To The Point program, we will be featuring a member of the diaspora. We are looking at the U.S. elections and how it would affect the Caribbean. The guest this morning will be Jerry Hopkin. A lot of you may be familiar with the name, so be sure to tune into To The Point from 9 to 10. The U.S. elections and how it will affect the Caribbean in spite of who wins the election, whether it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden. We're going to hear how it will affect the Caribbean and travelers hoping to go to and from the U.S. So stay tuned for this morning's To The Point program, which starts from 9 with guest Jerry Hopkin. Looking back at the traffic, it is still backed up on Upper Lucas Street. The Junior is still in vicinity of the Red Cross building, so that should tell you how much it is not flowing as we would hope. So those of you stuck in the traffic, you may have a little while longer to get to St. George's as the traffic is backed up on Upper Lucas Street. All right, let's break and get ready for this morning's BBC 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have yourselves a safe, productive day. Remember, the road is wet. So be mindful of that. Those of you who are using the nation's roads, those of you who are heading out, COVID is still in the air. Dengue fever is still in the air. A lot to be mindful of as you go about your rainy Monday, but please do so safely. Masks, hand sanitizers, and getting rid of stagnant water, which is the breeding sites for mosquitoes. Let's help each other. Have yourselves a safe, productive Monday. Bye-bye.
We have an important message for all of you, especially if you live in a country that is right now facing the new coronavirus. The pandemic is growing exponentially in many countries. But the Czech Republic is one of the few in Europe that has significantly slowed down the spread of the virus. In this video, we would